Eugene. The legendary baseball executive Branch Rickey once said, "A full mind is an empty bat." The adage, which Oregon Ducks softball head coach Mike White referenced Friday night, essentially means, don't overthink, just hit. White was talking about true freshman Lauren Burke, the Eugene native turned Oregon postseason hero, who continued her torrid hitting of late with a 2-for-3, 2-RBI performance that helped the Ducks stave off elimination in Game 2 of the Eugene Super Regionals against Kentucky, 6-1, at Jane Sanders Stadium on Friday. But why did Burke remind White of that quote? "I think she's the epitome of that," he said. Before Burke shot Oregon, 51-8, into a 3-0 lead with her bases loaded single in the fourth, White had a chance to counsel the freshman, who was making her first postseason start in just the 11th of the season. While Kentucky, 35-20, met in the circle to discuss its approach to the high-stress situation, White told Burke to not chase any bad pitches. "Simple advice, but important nonetheless. She's seeing the ball real well right now," White said post-game. "We just didn't want her to get herself out on a bad pitch." Burke, who entered the game 4 for 5 with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs in the postseason, did not chase any bad pitches in the at-bat and eventually lined a shot up the middle that scored 3, giving the Ducks their first lead of the series against Kentucky. It was the latest play in what's becoming a memorable and crucial stretch for Burke and the Ducks. "For me, today, I wanted it for our seniors," Burke said in a radio interview after the game. "I don't want it to be their last game. I want to keep going with them and I want to make a good run for them. Oregon will try to make that run continue at 6 p.m. Saturday, TV on ESPN, when the Ducks and Wildcats meet for a deciding third game, with the winner bound for the College Softball World Series in Oklahoma City. In their 4-run fourth-inning rally, the Ducks charged some life back into the home crowd at the Jane, which had grumbled and groaned in Thursday's discouraging 9-6 shellacking to the Wildcats. White was responsible for pumping some of that life back as he threw his arms into the air repeatedly, signaling for the crowd to rise and cheer. "Absolutely. It's home field advantage. Let's go, let's make some noise," White said about his antics in the coach's box on the third baseline. "We fed off it. It was great." Soon after White's arms stopped waving, Burke stepped to the batter's box. But White wasn't worried about adding pressure to an already stressful situation for the true freshman. "After all, she epitomizes Rickey's saying, remember? No. Lauren. We talk about empty head, full bat. Well, that's kind of like Lauren," White said. "She just doesn't feel it. That," White said, "is what will make Burke a great hitter for years to come. She already proved as much in high school, when she was the 2016 and 2017 Gatorade Oregon Player of the Year for Marist High School in Eugene, and has continued to make a strong impression down the stretch of her first collegiate season. I think she's done an exceptional job in being a hometown girl. I think it's pretty cool," said Kentucky head coach Rachel Lawson. "She seems to be squaring up on everything. You got to tip your hat to her." Lawson could have also tipped her hat to Miranda Elish, who pitched a complete Game 2 hitter with 7 strikeouts, or Jenna Lilly, whose 2-out, 2-RBI double in the 6th extended Oregon's lead to 6-1, both efforts that mightily contributed to a must-win game for the Ducks. But it was the hometown kid, who is now 6'4", with 2 homers and 7 RBIs in the postseason, who drew the praise from Lawson. Burke said she wasn't sure if she'll start on Saturday, and White didn't mention it during his news conference. He has other decisions to worry about, like who will start in the circle for Game 3, he was asked, but chose not to tip his hand. Burke doesn't care, though. She's just happy to keep playing, and so are the Ducks. Gus Morris for the Oregonian, Oregon Live.